obviously, making this announcement today is even better because I have a new partner, Viviane Lapointe, MP for Sudbury, making the announcement here. Again, Viviane working together for Greater Sudbury, for Northern Ontario, making a difference in the community, and we wouldn't be able to do this without the work that the City of Sudbury, thank you Mayor Bigger for being here, the leadership, and Mike Jacobo, local councillor and board member. And Mike, as you know, decided to leave politics. We're going to miss you, Mike. So thank you for all the years that you've done here at City Council. Merci, Mike. Thank you. So at the Sudbury Airport, we've made some announcements here in the past, and we'll talk a bit about that in a few minutes. But first, I'd like to really acknowledge the board here, and also Todd Tripp, JM, the staff that have gone through some challenging times over the last 2 years at the airport, but you've kept the airport going, obviously, and it's so important for the economic development of this region of Northern Ontario, of Sudbury. And the airport plays such an economic, not just in the mining sector, tourism, but all the sectors in the area. And I'm reminded, quite often with Todd, he does come to Ottawa and he rallies up the regional community airports of Canada, the association that represents a lot of the regional airports. And let me tell you, Todd has more than once knocked on our door here to say, hello, we're here. It's not just the big airports, Mr. Federal Government, or Mrs. Federal Government. We need to support the regional airports. And I'm really so proud that we're standing here today, and we were, a few years ago, to ensure that not only Greater Sudbury, but regional airports across the country get their fair share of federal funding. So thank you for reminding me, Todd, and I know, you'll also be leaving us too, so on the retirement, so, but all the hard work that you've done across the region. Alors c'est vraiment important lorsqu'on parle de l'aéroport ici, pour le développement économique, comment important que c'est pour non seulement garder nos entreprises, pour faire l'expansion, mais aussi garder la population puis accroître la population. On a besoin de grandir ici au niveau de population. Puis l'aéroport joue un rôle tellement important pour la communauté. Alors, today,
please take a moment to ensure that the bag you claim is yours by matching your plane check.
And normally, Todd, when we do announcements, we normally drive the vehicles and stuff. And we grab an airplane. So today, Viviane and I really have the honor to be here today representing the Minister of Transport, the Honorable Omar Algabro, on behalf of the federal government, to make this important infrastructure announcement for this Greater Sudbury Airport. And this fund is through the Transport Canada, I want to get the name right because it's a long one, but the Transport Canada Airport Capital Assistance Program at the federal government. So we're really pleased to be on behalf of the federal government to announce to the airport an investment in infrastructure of $2.6 million. So le financement, comme j'ai mentionné, va aller loin pour regarder au niveau de l'infrastructure d'aéroport, le support que le gouvernement fédéral doit donner au aéroport si c'est vraiment important. Puis évidemment, la pandémie a démontré encore plus l'importance de l'investissement au niveau des aéroports. Alors, this, when we look at the airport itself and when we look at the importance that it does for our community, it's really important that we look at how can we expand, how can we work with the municipality. And I know there's an arm's length relationship with the municipality, and I know Mayor Bringer and I've talked about this, is how can we get the city more involved in the airport too, to look at the economic development aspects. And I know the city supports many economic developments in the region, but you're here representing the city and the important partnership that is important here to continue. So I'll leave it at that today. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being involved in this important an announcement. And I'll pass the floor over to Viviane. Merci beaucoup. Thank you, Miigwech.
Good morning, bonjour. Merci, Marc. C'est merveilleux de voir une si grande participation pour l'annonce aujourd'hui à l'appui de la croissance de et de la prospérité continue du Grand Sudbury. Thank you all for being here today for this incredible announcement. As the Member of Parliament for Sudbury, it is an honor and a privilege to take part alongside my colleague Marc in making these exciting announcements that have such a large impact on our community. The Greater Sudbury Airport is a key economic driver for Sudbury, and it plays a crucial role in the provision of essential services. I know that as I travel to Ottawa weekly, I am a frequent visitor of this airport, and I understand its importance in our community. The sustainability of air transportation in our community is crucial, and that is why today's announcement of $2.6 million is so important. With the government's Airports Capital Assistance Program, Greater Sudbury Airport can help ensure the continued safety of passengers, air crews, and employees. Congratulations to all of you who worked hard to make this project a reality. Thank you. Congratulations.
Merci beaucoup, Marc and Viviane. Very much appreciate the contribution that the federal government is making for the airport. I'd like to invite now Mayor Brian Bigger to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Jam, and good morning, everyone. Bonjour, on y. My role is to say thank you to our federal MPs, Marc and Viviane, really proving to be a force in Ottawa and bringing funds to our community that are much needed, and everyone recognizes the importance of the airport to our community and to our future in Greater Sudbury. So thank you so much. On behalf of my colleagues on City Council and of course Mike Jacobo is here, I want to thank you personally, Marc and Viviane, as well as the airport team that gave me the invitation to speak. I think it's important that the public understands this, that the city, and as mayor, we all recognize the importance of the airport here and investments that keep this airport running, keep it attractive for the airlines and other businesses that will use these facilities. Today's announcement, phenomenal. $2.6 million will be made to rehabilitate taxiways and runways through the Airports Capital Assistance Program. And this is something, having having MPs in Ottawa, them understanding, all of these programs that are available for various municipalities, having Todd Tripp, advocating in Ottawa, and having all of this experience that he's brought to Sudbury is something that makes our community work and work better. So I appreciate all of the efforts from you as well, Todd. All of the travelers in Greater Sudbury understand how important it is to have a sustainable airport, one that continues to attract the airlines, because it creates jobs for community members, but it's also important in attracting and retaining businesses and people within our community. If we didn't have a regional airport to this extent in Greater Sudbury, it would significantly impact our economic development. And so, many businesses as well operate on the global stage. A significant part of our diversification of our economy is through mining, service, and supply businesses that travel all around the world, and they start with a flight from Sudbury and often to Toronto. And so with that, I'd like to say that this also ultimately reinforces Greater Sudbury's position as the hub of Northern Ontario. And like all of you here today, I'm very excited about the future of our community. This is a really important part in the future of our community. And I just, again, like to say thank you, and merci, and make much.
Thank you, Mayor Bader. I'd like to now invite Todd Tripp, CEO of the Greater Sudbury Airport. Thank you.
I have to raise this. Unlike the others, I have to raise it up. So good morning, everyone. I was going to pull some notes on, but I won't. As it's already been talked about, and again, I have to thank Marc for all what you do to advocate for regional airports across this country, specifically for Sudbury, but right across this country. And on behalf of the Regional Community Airports of Canada, the Sudbury Airport, thank you for all that you do. Thank you, Viviane, for stepping in and working with Marc on that. Today's announcement is very, very exciting for us. The $2.6 million will really, really go a long way to making us safer, more efficient, and working with our infrastructure that we have. For the last 2 years, we have not worked with our capital programs. We've had a significant revenue loss like everybody else in our industry. But today's announcement will help us regain that traffic that we need at this airport, the traffic that's coming back. I can tell you that in the last month or so, we have seen an increase of 210% of traffic over 2021. But we're also probably only down about 40% over what we were pre-pandemic. So the travel's coming back. The importance of this announcement today is it will allow our team to go out and rejuvenate our infrastructure that needs to be rejuvenated out on our runways and taxiways, as Mayor Bader talked about. So in the end of all this, without the support of the federal government, the ACAP program, regional airports like Sudbury, we couldn't do what we need to do. And Mayor, you're right, exactly right. We are a great driver of economic development in this community. We are the gateway to the world. Through Toronto Island, wherever you fly to from here, we are the gateway. We are a great supporter of the growth that happens through the mining industry when we have Valet fly their private jets in here and bring in their executives and everything else to see what we have to offer here. So again, thank you to Marc, thank you to Viviane, thank you for the city for all that you do to work with us. But most importantly, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank my team. It's the team at this airport that do everything that makes this place tick. And all through COVID, they were here. Cold days, warm days, COVID days, they were here. So thank you to my team. Thank you to everybody that's worked very, very hard. And thank you for my board for all the support you've given me over the years. And thank you for everyone. Appreciate you coming out today. Very good. Thank you.